Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into someone's home and immediately felt calm? Everything in its place, clean counters, made bed, no chaos. And then you walk into your own place and feel the opposite, drained, stressed, anxious. Here's what nobody tells you. A clean home isn't just about a clean home. It's about the state of your mind, the structure of your identity, and how you relate to your own space. And if you've ever felt that a messy environment quietly suffocates you, this might change everything. Your brain doesn't separate your inner world from your outer world as clearly as you think. The space you live in constantly sends signals to your nervous system. There's a concept called cognitive load, the mental effort your brain uses at any moment. And here's what research shows. Physical clutter competes for your attention even when you're not aware of it. Every pile of laundry, every stack of mail, every dirty dish, socks on the floor, clothes on chairs. Your brain registers all of it as unfinished business, and unfinished business is mentally expensive. A Princeton study found that physical clutter actually interferes with your ability to focus. It overloads your visual cortex and impairs how your brain processes information. Your messy room isn't just annoying, it's literally making you less sharp, less focused, more mentally exhausted. Now flip that around. When your environment is clean and ordered, your brain relaxes. That's why people who clean every day aren't just tidier, they think more clearly. They're calmer, more focused. Their environment works for them, not against them. People who clean every day aren't doing it because they love scrubbing floors. Let's be honest, who enjoys vacuuming daily? They've figured out that maintaining their environment is one of the most reliable ways to maintain control over their life. Think about it. There's so much you can't control. The economy, the weather, other people, traffic, what your boss says. Most of life is unpredictable, and that creates constant anxiety, a background stress that never goes away. But your home? That you can control. The state of your kitchen, whether your bed is made, those are entirely within your power. Every time you restore order to your space, you signal to your nervous system, I'm in charge. I can handle this. Everything is okay. In psychology, this is called locus of control. People who believe their actions influence outcomes experience less anxiety and greater resilience. One of the simplest ways to reinforce that daily: take ownership of your space. Clean the counters, make the bed, wash dishes before they pile up.
Here's the real key: identity. People who clean every day do it because they've internalized an identity. They became the type of person who keeps a clean home. And once that becomes who you believe you are, the behavior becomes automatic. We act in alignment with who we believe we are. If you believe you're a messy person, someone who can't keep things tidy, you'll let things pile up and say, that's just how I've always been. But identity isn't fixed. Identity is built through evidence, and evidence comes from actions. Every time you wipe the table after dinner, you're building the identity of someone who cares for their space. Every time you make your bed, you're proving you follow through. Do that enough times, your brain updates who it thinks you are. This is identity-based habit theory. Repeated actions shape self-concept. The goal isn't forcing yourself to clean forever. The goal is doing it consistently enough that you stop being someone who forces themselves and start being someone who simply does it. This habit is especially powerful in the morning. Right after waking, your brain is in a receptive state. Cortisol spikes, creating a window for neuroplasticity. Your brain is more capable of rewiring itself in the morning than any other time. So when the first act of your day is making your bed or wiping the kitchen, you're doing several things. First, using that window to reinforce behavior that will become automatic. Second, creating a completion loop. Your brain gets dopamine when you finish a task and see results. A made bed, a clean sink, visible proof. Third, you're building momentum. Admiral Legrandin said, if you want to change the world, start by making your bed. When you make your bed, you've accomplished the first task of the day. That gives you pride. It encourages another task and another. By day's end, that one task multiplied into many. Daily cleaning isn't just a tidier home, it's a more productive day, every day. Some of you think, I'm just messy, that's who I am. But your clutter isn't neutral. It's telling you something. It's either a symptom or cause of what's happening inside. When life feels out of control, environments reflect that. Research found people who described homes as cluttered had higher cortisol levels all day compared to those who described homes as restful. Your home state literally affects your baseline stress every hour you're in it. If you wonder why you feel drained coming home, why you can't relax, why evenings feel stressful even when nothing bad happened, look around. Your environment may be quietly draining you.
People who clean daily aren't more disciplined. They haven't achieved superhuman willpower. When you see someone with a clean home, you're not watching discipline, you're watching automation. A habit as natural as brushing teeth. That's what you want. Not more discipline, more automation. Discipline is limited. You burn through it. Automation is self-sustaining. A 2009 study found it takes 66 days for behavior to become automatic, to shift from conscious choice to something your brain simply does. The goal isn't forcing yourself forever. It's forcing yourself long enough that it stops being forced. Once you make that transition, the habit sustains itself. Cleaning isn't just cognitive, it's a nervous system experience. Think about walking into a clean room, the visual clarity, open space, absence of noise. A clean environment signals safety to your nervous system. Things are handled, everything is okay, you can rest. For highly sensitive people, this effect is stronger. If you've walked into mess and felt anxiety rise, or entered clean space and exhaled, that's your nervous system responding. For those people, maintaining clean space isn't preference, it's mental health practice. There's a reason hospitals, meditation centers, spas are obsessively clean. It's not aesthetic, it's neurological. Clean environments support your brain's ability to regulate and recover from stress. When people clean, they're often not just cleaning space. There's a reason so many reach for a broom when stressed. Cleaning, its rhythm, physicality, immediate results, is behavioral activation, using action to shift emotional state. When anxious and still, your nervous system stays activated. When you do something with clear beginning and end, you discharge nervous energy through action. Dishes get done, something inside settles. People who clean daily serve themselves emotionally as much as practically. Restoring order to space helps restore order to mind. First, shrink the start. Never let mess get big, catch it small. Wipe counter after cooking, wash dishes after eating, put things back immediately. When mess never grows, maintenance is minimal. Second, attach to existing routines. Habit stacking. Make coffee, wipe counter while it brews. Brush teeth, wipe sink after. Third, make it enjoyable. Don't treat it like punishment. Put on music. Make a drink. Turn it into ritual, not chore. Your home isn't just where you live. It's a physical expression of your standards. It reflects what you believe you deserve. When you care for your space, you send a message. I live here. This matters. I deserve this. People who clean daily aren't obsessive. They've decided their environment matters. That inner world reflects outer world. So for the next 7 days, choose one space and maintain it daily. Just one. Kitchen, bedroom, living room. Do that for 7 days. Then tell me it hasn't changed something. Tell me it hasn't changed how you feel waking up. Tell me it hasn't given you more energy, focus, confidence that you follow through. Because this isn't about a clean room. It's about becoming someone who shows up for themselves, someone who takes care of their space and their inner peace.